Hello, good morning, good afternoon to everyone. This is Dheeraj from Anviz technical team, and I welcome all of you to this public training which we conduct on alternate Tuesday. Sorry for the delay of a few minutes because of some technical issues. We started the training now. So today we are going to cover a very important topic which can help you or your technical team on ground who are facing some issues with the Anviz devices. And the important topic is nothing but troubleshooting of devices in the debug mode. So today I'm going to cover this topic where you will get an idea like how to enter into the debug mode of the devices. So debug mode is basically a special interface which is hidden in the firmware of device, which you can activate by following some process. And once you enter into the device debug mode, you can follow some of the instruction to recover the device to recover the device basically to get it operated. So this is again the programming mode which can be used by a technical person. So we will just recommend not to share this with the customers because this will again create some issues at the customer end. So better if your team is technical team, then you can ask your technical team to follow the step to enter into the debug mode of the device. So before starting with the things, I'm going to brief you about the company. Then I will take you through the presentation of like how to enter into the debug mode and basically what are the advantages, what are the features that we use under the debug mode, and then after that we will cover some Q&A points so that we can have some discussion on what are the queries that you can cover in the debug mode. So start with the things. If I talk about the company, we are a global leader in smart security industry since 2001. We are one of the base industry in the biometrics, video surveillance, and smart intelligence, home and I can say smart building solutions. We are having team across the globe with multiple innovative products that we have already launched to the market, and we are keep on working like we keep on working on the innovative or to the upgrade of the products and solution where we are providing to the customers with number of cloud technology products and everything. We are having a global R&D center and operation center at China, Shanghai. We are having a US office as well in California. And then we are having a vast manufacturing base which covers 50,000 square meter manufacturing base basically, which is having a capacity of producing 2 million products annually. So this is again the vast base manufacturing base that we are having at Shanghai only. If I talk about the products, we are basically into access control and time attendance management solution, and we are having another segment where we cover smart surveillance management solution as well. So basically, we are focusing on security and you can say security products, solutions, and services, where we are connected with 2,000 plus global partners who are working with us, as a face of Anviz in the market. We are connected with 200,000 plus installation that we have already covered from our partners, and we are supporting those customers again. We are having 300,000 plus SMB registered users who are already using our products in the market, and they are very happy with the products and solutions where although there are some queries that coming from the customers, but we are always happy to answer their queries, and we are always happy to support them for the installation and configuration. If I talk about the successful cases or success stories, Anviz is one of the base brand in the market, and where we have proved ourselves by providing the solution to number of projects which are the base projects in the market. So one of the base project is like Mexico government, where we have provided the liveness fingerprint solution for access control project, where we are covering 100,000 plus staffs, and which is installed, which is implemented across 1,000 plus sites across Mexico. Then the second one is top 20 universities, where we have provided a cloud-based time attendance solution to cover 150,000 students and faculties across the country. Then there is one more project, that is total security solutions, where we have provided a time attendance and access control solution for global offices or corporate offices, basically, where we are covering 50,000 staff across more than 30 global branches. So where we have provided a security solution for this particular project. Okay, now coming to the topic, like today's topic, that is debug mode. So here we will discuss few points, like what is debug mode, what can, like how it can be used to cover the issues or problems that you are facing with the devices. So this is not actually the standard, I can say standard topic to discuss, but yes, this will help your technical team to resolve issues on ground, where they are facing, or your customers might be facing some issues with the devices. Then you can use this debug mode to resolve the issues with the devices again. So in the last training, we covered some of the codes which can be used to unlock the admin on the device. So that was also not a standard topic of the training, but this that like these topics will help your technical team to support to your customers again. So this is again second topic which will be helpful for you guys. So about debug mode, as I said, like debug mode is used for some of the cases where it may happen, like your Anviz device, which is installed on ground, which may freeze on the home screen, or it will not respond to the card or finger or face. Then in that case, the device will stop working completely. So in such cases, you need to first try the basic troubleshooting steps from your side to power cycle the device, to disconnect the power and connect it again. Or you can try by resetting the device using a reset button which we have provided on the device. Or still the issue persists, then you can go into the debug mode. You can just activate the debug mode of the device, and then you can follow the further steps which is mentioned in the debug mode screen. So there are again two kinds of devices, where one type of device will get a keypad and display. So using a keypad and display, you can enter into the debug mode. But if device is not having a keypad and display, then you need to follow some of the connections. You need to connect some of the cables which is there with the devices. Once you reboot the device will enter into the debug mode. So if I talk about the devices like face pass 7, or the devices coming with a display, then you can follow some process for that to enter into the debug mode of the device. So what can you do in the debug mode? Basically, this is again the important part which customers may ask, like why we need to enter into the device debug mode. So as I said, like if device is stuck on the display, or if it's not working completely, or if you are getting, like, device is not able to recognize the face or recognize the card or fingerprint, and it is only stuck on the Anviz logo, then you can use the device to enter into the debug mode, and then you can upgrade the firmware, or you can take a backup of data. You can just restore the data, and you can restore the device to the latest firmware again. So for that purpose, you can use the debug mode. So that is why, like, debug mode is very important topic. So your technical team can follow this if your customers are facing this kind of issues with the devices. Then if I talk about the device status in debug mode, the device, once you enter into the device debug mode, the device IP will be reset to the default IP, that is 192.168.0.218, and then you can connect the device to the Ethernet cable. You can just ping the device from your local computer. You can connect the device to the cross-check standard, and then you can start pulling the data, or you can just take a backup of the data and everything. But still, if you're not able to reset the device, then you can just upgrade the firmware, which is there, the step that we have mentioned in the debug mode screen. So so basically, like, once you enter the device debug mode, the device IP will be reset to the default IP and the default port. So the IP will be 192.168.0.1218, and the port will be 5010, which is again a default port of the device communication. Then how to enter into the debug mode? Again, like this will be the very important step to use the device in the debug mode. So to enter into the debug mode of the device, either you need to follow some steps and other, or you need to do some connections and then power cycle the device, so the device will go into the debug mode. So if devices are having keypad and screen, that those devices you need to, for those devices you need to follow some different steps to enter into the device debug mode. And if device is not having keypad or keyboard or screen, then you need to follow some different steps again. So if I talk about the devices which are having keyboard and screen, once you power cycle the device, let's say my device is stuck on the Anviz logo and it is not moving forward, so that I can use the device, then just connect the device to the power supply and then restart it. And once you restart, just keep pressing the one. Like if device is having a keyboard, you can keep pressing the button one on the device, so that like that after a few seconds the device will enter into the debug mode. And then you can use the USB disk or a flash drive or a pen drive to connect with the latest firmware, and then you can just upgrade the firmware as per the steps that you have that you will get on the debug mode screen. So let me show you one video where the device is having a keypad and screen and the device is stuck on the Anviz logo. So this is W2 Pro, which is stuck, which is completely stuck on the Anviz logo, but it is not able to enter into the operation mode. So to enter into the operation mode, or not operation mode, but into the debug mode, you need to keep pressing the one button which is there on the keyboard of the device. So once after a few seconds, the device will enter into the debug mode. I will replay the video so that you can get like how exactly it works. So just power on the device and then start pressing the one button, so that after a few seconds, the device will enter into the debug mode. So this is how exactly the device will enter into the debug mode. And then based on the steps mentioned in the debug mode, you can upgrade the firmware of device using using a USB flash drive, and then the device will be operational again. Now, if devices are not having you know a keyboard, or if device is having a touch screen, then you need to follow a pattern of connections. Like you need to connect the DS, that is door switch or open switch, and DM, and that is door motion sensor, and then ground. So you need to connect these three cables together and then restart the device. So if device is stuck on the logo and having a touch screen, but even if you are having a touch screen, you cannot use the one number key, because the one number key will be shown on the device display or touch screen once the device into the operational mode. So in that case, you need to use some cables, like connect the DS and DM and ground connections together and just power cycle the device, and then device will enter into the debug mode. This is again a phase pass 7 Pro, where we can see like I'm connecting device few cables. I'm just powering on the device, and I connected the cables like DS, DM, and ground, and then device will enter into the debug mode. Okay, here you go. So here you can get multiple steps to upgrade the firmware and all. Let me replay the video. So I have already connected these cables like DS, DM, and ground cable with a short pin, and then I recycle. I just power on the device, so the device will enter into the debug mode. So in this way, I have connected DS, that is a door switch or open wire, open connection, and then DM and ground. And after once I power on the device, after a few seconds, it will enter into the debug mode. So using then after once you enter into the debug mode, you can use the pen drive or a flash drive, put the just load the recent firmware into the flash drive and upgrade the firmware using the steps mentioned on the debug mode. So here you can see there is an option to upgrade the firmware, which you can use to upgrade the firmware of the device. Okay. Now the third one is if your devices, some of the devices are not having screen basically. So if devices are having keypad, you can enter into the device by pressing the one button, like button one quickly, like once the device is powered on, and then some of the devices may be like it will just indicate like as there is no screen, so it will indicate the device debug mode with some of the colors on the LED colors, I can say. So once, if I take an example of M3 Pro, so once you enter into the LED color will be the purple to indicate that it's in debug mode. So once I keep pressing the one button, the device LED will turn into the purple color so that you can confirm the device is into the debug mode. Then you can also just try pinging the device with the default IP, that is 192.168.0.218, so that you can get the confirmation, yes, the device is in debug mode. Then let's see the video then. So this is M3 Pro, where once I power on, I'm just keep pressing the one button. The LED will turn from red to the purple. Then you can confirm like device is into the debug mode. Then now there is one more example like M5 Plus with the device will not be having screen, it will not be having a keyboard as well, so that will be difficult for you to enter the debug mode. So in that case, keep pressing the reset button on the back side and power on the device. So instead of pressing the one button, as the device is not having a keyboard or it's not having even a screen, you can just use the reset button to keep pressing it once the device is power, and then after few seconds the device LED will turn into the green, and then you can just confirm whether the device is into the debug mode or not. Let's see the video for F5 Plus. So here the device is not having keypad, it's not having even the screen. So to keep the device into the debug mode, you need to use reset button, which is provided at the back side of the device. Just open the flap, the cover, and power on the device and keep pressing that reset button. So the device will turn into the debug mode again. If you are having any questions, any queries, you can just drop your questions, queries in the chat box. I'm just giving you the link for the community as well. Let me share the link for community so that you can just enter into the community and then you can log in. Even you can just okay, so here you go. You can get the link for community page. You can just log into the community and then you can just provide your feedback. You can raise your queries on the training session so that you can get help from the technical team on the community itself. So I would request all of you to just create your account on a community page so that you can get help for number of issues and number of queries. You can get latest documentation on the community page. This link is provided for a particular training that we are conducting today. So you can just provide your feedback also on the training. Then you can get the presentation. One, like I will upload the presentation on the same community topic so that you can get the presentation. You can get the latest videos for the trainings as well on the same community page. And still you are having questions, you can raise your questions in the Q&A box so that like I can help you out to resolve resolve your queries here. So this is about the device with no screen. Then if I talk about like these are the things like I would like to I just wanted to convey you like to go through the number of devices and like to take the device into the debug mode so that you can troubleshoot and you can upgrade the firmware and you can make the device operational, or you can say like rather than sending device to the service center, you can just try debugging the device at your end and you can make it operational at your side as well. Apart from that, there are latest firmwares that we have shared on the community page. You can just refer to the latest firmware so that you can just upgrade the latest firmware to your devices. And then you can use those firmwares to upgrade using a device. device debug mode basically. So this is the device with the keyboard where I'm pressing the one button continuously so that device can enter into the debug mode. Then if I talk about the second device where the device is not having is having basically a touch screen, then I will connect the DS, CM and ground connection, and then I will power on the device and the device will enter into the debug mode. And then there can be some devices with no screen, but the devices might be having a keypad, using which like using one key or the number one key, you can keep the device into the debug mode. And then you can confirm whether device is in debug mode or not by just observing the LED color. If devices are not having display or a screen and even a keyboard, then you can use a reset button. So some of the devices like M5 Plus will support debug mode using a reset button. You just keep pressing the reset button and power on the device. And once the LED turn into green, you can confirm the device is into the debug mode. Okay. Now, if you are having any questions, any queries, you can raise your questions, queries in the Q&A box. Apart from that, I would like to inform you you can get the latest warranty policy on our website. Just log into www.anviz.com/warranty-policy and you can get the latest warranty policy. If you are having any registered projects or if you are having any projects with you, you can just register the projects with us so that you can get the best offer for the pricing. You can get the best support from our side. That will be provided with the priority support from our side if you are having registered projects with us. So for that, you can just drop an email at partner@anviz.com. I was talking about the community. So we have initiated our community on our website. So you just log into the community where you can get more support for your queries, as you can communicate with the community members. You can communicate with the Anviz technical team who will be there to help you out for your queries. And you can get access to the number of documents, and you can raise your feature requests. You can raise your successful project that you have implemented, so that we can get all the things on an open platform there. So any doubts, any queries, you can just raise your queries in the Q&A box so that I can help you out for your queries. I hope you have received the community link which I dropped on chat box. Can anyone confirm me like you have received the link? Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Saib. So you can just log into the community page so that it will help you to get more things on a community page. Still, if you are having any questions, any queries, you can just drop an email to the support@anviz.com, and definitely we will be able to help you out for your queries and questions. So many thanks, everyone. I really appreciate your time that you have given for the training. If you are having any questions, any queries, you can just raise the support ticket as well, or you can just visit the community page again. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks a lot.